Mchugh signs a 1 year, $1.5 million deal with the Tampa Bay Rays, so it's a decent landing spot for Mchugh. Mchugh, he didn't appear in the majors last season. I believe he opted out, was Mchugh, after, the pandemic happened and stuff, so he didn't make an appearance for Boston, and now this will be his third team in 3 years. So Mchugh in 2017 with Houston, 5-2 with a 3.55 ERA, 12 games started, 63 innings pitched, 62 strikeouts, and a 1.29 WHIP. 2018 with Houston again, 6-2, a great 2 ERA in 58 games. He didn't start though, was Mchugh, 72 innings, 94 strikeouts, and a 0.912 WHIP. And then 2019, 4-5 with a 4.70 ERA, 35 games. He did start 8 of them, 74 innings, 82 strikeouts, and a 1.23 WHIP. So Collin Mchugh, I think Tampa Bay, they're going to use him as a swingman like Houston had on and off the last couple seasons when he was there. I could see them using him as an opener, as their 4th or 5th guy in that slot, and him going 3 or 4 innings like we've seen them use Yarborough and a couple other guys on that roster. That I could see them use Mchugh. And Mchugh, they're projecting him this season a 2-2 record with a 4.14 ERA, 37 innings pitched, 39 strikeouts, and a 1.270 WHIP. So in the projections, they're projecting him as a reliever more than a starter. But the way the Rays operate, I think he's going to be an opener, like I said, and even a guy that comes in at the back end of the games with another opener starting. So Collin Mchugh, he hasn't been relevant in the last 2 or 3 seasons, really. But I think Tampa Bay is a good landing spot for him. And for most pitchers that go there, in my opinion, it's a pretty good landing spot, Tampa. They got a good system. Even though the division's tough with the Yankees, obviously, the Blue Jays who improved, and the Boston Red Sox. But right now, guys are going to Tampa, and guys are still producing. We've seen it with Charlie Morton. He left. We saw Blake Snell had great years there, and he got traded this offseason. So now they bring in Archer, who I spoke about, Rich Hill. Check those videos out, my thoughts on those signings. And now Mchugh, we'll see what he could do for the Rays. And as far as fantasy baseball, he's a guy, you just don't draft him unless you're in the deepest leagues, in basic 12, 14-team leagues. He's a player you keep on the draft board. And if he goes to free agency, which he most likely will after the draft, he'll be on waivers. He's a player, you just wait and see how Tampa uses him and see if he's healthy. So I don't think he'll have much fantasy value early in the season. If he gets things going and turns things around, obviously he'll have fantasy value. But right away, I don't think so. So Collin Mchugh signs with the Tampa Bay Rays here, and we'll see if he could be fantasy relevant in the upcoming 2021 season.